So this year in particular, it was challenging not only for the students but for the staff to really get back into the swing of teaching and what we were doing and how to deliver curriculum and what does that look like in this quasi post-COVID world. I think that coaching, particularly from WriteBoston, has been totally necessary.
I think coaching and professional development in any field enriches your base of knowledge. And when you come together, you can see the pros and cons of what other people are doing. You can kind of like differentiate something that you were doing well, but there's a better approach. And so just sharing information in general, you see it across any profession that people are taking seriously, so that there are better methods, more up-to-date methods.
The WriteBoston coaches have been a huge part of our CPT planning that we have to do on a weekly basis. And I really feel that we would be lost without them. So their support is just remarkable. And they help us with strategies, protocols, different ideas to bring up in each meeting every week. So they've been a really valuable resource. And I know for myself and my colleagues that we're very fortunate to have them as a support team.
As a WriteBoston coach, I work with teachers and teacher leaders, such as department heads, and together we try to think about the best ways to improve curriculum instruction for the teachers that we're working with.
When WriteBoston really shined for me is during the pandemic, when we all had to go remote. None of us had ever taught remotely before, and WriteBoston, specifically Ms. Kelly KG, came up with all of these virtual platforms and walked us through it and actually taught us how we can apply our classroom work to these ed puzzles, jam boards, and Nearpods.
Teaching is hard, and teaching in a pandemic is even harder. So the more teacher support we can get to serve our students, the better.
The most important lesson is to be flexible and to extend grace, because it's a restart. And maybe what you were doing 2 years ago, even last year, is not going to work. Those methods are not going to work. Your curriculum, your content is the same, but the way you deliver it, you have to adapt with the needs of the student. And I think that the information that WriteBoston provides to us helps us to be adaptable, to be flexible, to kind of think on your feet, like, okay, this doesn't work, let me do that.
This year I've noticed that students really want to be seen, they want to be heard. I think that after such a long time on the computer during the pandemic, they were really kind of lacking those personal connections. And I think it's important to find content, find curriculum, texts that kids can connect with. As a teacher, relationships are the foundation of what we do, but I think this year more than ever,
you want to set the bar high. If you build good relationships with kids, if you keep them engaged, it'll allow you to be able to push them to places that they didn't even know they could get to.
One of the things that I love about what WriteBoston does is they haven't come here with like a one-size-fits-all, and they always find ways to help us as Voc teachers. So WriteBoston hasn't tried to force a way upon us, but they've learned and grow with us and within our particular content areas. So it's been epic for Madison.
Thank you so much, WriteBoston and Kelly.
It's a big win for us, and we're so glad that the coaches are here for us.